But before we jump into the NBA news, we're going to take a break here. But when we come back from the break, we're going to talk about somebody that could be king of the Rockets. Who could that be? We'll talk about it in just a moment when we come back, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I am Vince Wright, the sports governor, and you know me from the Sports Done Right show. But when I'm not doing Sports Done Right, I'm in the executive mansion chilling with the Wait a Minute show. That's right, Jelani Lopan. Indeed. Keep it tuned here, y'all. The Wait a Minute show. My name is Vince Wright, and I approve this message.
Hey, what's up, sports fans? You're looking for a different type of sports talk show, something you haven't heard before? You gotta check out the BS3 Sports Show every other Saturday on 2 Live Stews Radio, 1 p.m. Central Time, 2 p.m. Eastern. Sports talk at its finest. Always have great guests, playing some good hip-hop. You don't want to miss it. Make sure to tune in to the BS3 Sports Show every other Saturday at 1 p.m. Central Time, 2 p.m. Eastern.
Yo, this is your boy Keith C from the
Kicking It With Keith C show.
When I want to jam, I'm jamming with Queen Josie and DJ New as they're kicking those vibes.
Don't be a crook who steals. Buy what you need at DougieDeals.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and it is your man, Jelani JB Bodie, and this is...
It's the Wait a Minute show.
Yeah! With my man, Lopan, who's also in the building with me. Appreciate that, Lopan. And that last piece that you heard, DougieDeals.com. Make sure you go to DougieDeals.com. That is the man, Doug Stewart. If you want to get a deal, online store, shopping is the thing now. So make sure you go to DougieDeals.com. DOUGIE deals.com, deals with an S.com, and get yourself a deal. We know what's around the corner. We know what's next week, so you might as well go ahead and get yourself a treat, for yourself, somebody else, and make it special. So, DougieDeals.com, check it out, But we were just talking about, before the break, a King Rocket, and I think by the end of the year, LeBron is going to be rumored to probably go to every team except the Detroit Pistons and the Atlanta Hawks. Maybe the Sacramento Kings too. But now the train has rolled into Houston. And they're talking about the Rockets, are going to make a push for LeBron, and they're going to, do this, they're going to do that. Chris Paul is there, that's his homie. James Harden is going to be the young cat that takes over, and LeBron kind of gives him the reins, and, he just there. I don't know. I don't know if I can actually say LeBron to the Rockets. That just doesn't sound right to me. I honestly think he would still stay on the east side of the Eastern Conference, the East Coast, whatever you want to call it. I don't think he really wants to go through the West. It's enough that's going on as it is. To me, there's no motivation to get with them when he can still get to the finals with Cleveland. I think Cleveland, I believe that if he did go West, I think I said the Lakers was who I had going to. But my sleeper pick where I really think like he would take a step back because D Wade did it, for the betterment. I think he might go to San Antonio. Ooh. Now people, have said that before, but I think Pop could get him to basically sacrifice or relinquish what he would need to. I mean, I don't think LeBron would mind relinquishing it to Kawhi, and Aldridge and Gasol and all them. they'll fall right in line, with it and all that stuff. But back to I just wanted to throw, the Spurs out there, to maybe get everybody all hyped up. But the Rockets, I just don't, for the way that they play and for how LeBron game is, he has to have the ball a lot. And James Harden has to have the ball a lot. He just had a game where he dropped 17 assists, so he's not only, James Harden's not only just like this scoring machine, but he's set up, for his other guys. And I just don't think that chemistry would work. If James Harden was not there and maybe it was him and Chris Paul, then yes, I could see that. Would they trade James Harden for LeBron? Don't think so. I not at this point. LeBron is going to be, 33, 34, whatever it is. And I don't know if they want to trade off for an opportunity at one championship. I think they'll rather just keep James and see, what happens with it. But to the Rockets, and I just don't feel it. I just don't, when I hear stuff and people say that, it's a feeling in me. And if I have the feeling like, that makes sense. And I just really don't have that feeling. To me, I just don't see the Rockets being a good fit. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Let me jump into the chat room and see what folks is saying. Grego is laughing because I said the Hawks, is not on that list. And he said, laugh out loud, not the Hawks at all. Yeah, we already know that. Kyron said the Rockets don't need LeBron, which I totally agree at this point. I don't know if LeBron will help them get over the hump of what they're trying to do. Again, you got two guys that need to be ball dominant and that may not work. We see OKC, they're struggling a little bit, with guys that's ball dominant like Russ and Carmelo, so I think it'll be somewhere else. Clay, black woman vote, David said, the Lakers don't need LeBron. So a lot of people in here saying people don't need LeBron. Clay also said the only thing LeBron doing with the Hawks is slap them. You're pretty much right now. Yeah, he is slapping them around, Clay. I hate to say that being a Hawks fan, but the Hawks have had Cleveland's number a couple of times during the regular season. It's just during the playoffs is the tough part when the Hawks run into LeBron and them. Grego said LeBron would do that, and yes, they do, Clay. Angry Black Man is in the building. Shouts out to Angry Black Man. He is one of our first original winners of the free Bluetooth speaker that we gave out for the past 2 weeks. So shouts out for him. And he said he's leaving his game, driving this, because I was just about to say, Angry Black Man, normally got a game tonight, so I thought he was taking another rest day, because they had some scrubs that they had this week, and he really didn't have to drop the triple double on them, but he said he left the game, so he already dropped that triple double, and he listened to the Wait a Minute show. So I appreciate that, Angry Black Man. Appreciate that. Drop the triple double, then drop it on the Wait a Minute show, and then end your night right. I appreciate that. Kyron also said, I don't think that LeBron will be ready to defer to anyone next year. In a few years, maybe, but right now he is playing at the highest level of his career. Yeah. He is doing things that are pretty amazing, Grego said LeBron in Houston just doesn't seem like a match. It's Grego's right there with me, ladies and gentlemen. It just doesn't feel right. He wouldn't even look right, in the jersey, Matt Farrell asked, what about Portland? Now, him, Dame, and McCollum, that's something that might be, that might be something there. I don't know, but the whole thing is really about the Western Conference. I don't know if he really wants to go out west, and it makes sense. No one, I really don't think anyone says, in Street Fighter, they don't say, I want to take on the top bosses, from the get-go. It's just like, yo, let me get some guys that I know I can knock out, and all this stuff, get myself ready, and then take on these big dogs at the end. But yeah, Portland, I like that, Mac, for real. I think Portland would be a nice spot, for him to go. The city would definitely welcome him. Portland Trailblazer fans are very good, fans. So I like that idea, whether he would or not. And I think they could make it work money-wise. And I think Damon McCollum wouldn't have a problem because at this point, they're not enough. When they're running into teams like Houston or Golden State, as they have, in the past, Golden State has basically bullied them or, mushed them guys. So, yeah, I think Portland would be nice. Clay said Philadelphia is also a spot too. Well, yeah, and I think because of Ben Simmons and everything, but I don't know. I like Philadelphia more than I would like Houston. I just don't know if those players, and I've said this before, I just can't see those players really ready for that limelight, for that light to be shined on them. And when I say that light that shine on, it's a different light when LeBron shows up. It's a different expectation when LeBron shows up. It's a different atmosphere when LeBron shows up. And right now, Philadelphia, they're the young crew. Everybody, giving a little bit of a pass because they are young. LeBron shows up. There is no passes. It's all y'all better win now. And if y'all not winning now, guess who's going to get the blame? Not LeBron. Like Kyron said, he's playing at an all-time high right now. Are they ready for what LeBron would bring to the table? Because LeBron ain't going to be playing around. He trying to win now. He always trying to win now. Ain't no time for learning. So I think guys like J.J. Redick that's on that team, they'll be ready to go. Embiid will be ready to go, but I don't know, about Markelle. He's just still young and they're going to need him. Ben Simmons, I think he, to a certain degree, he'll be ready to go, but they're going to see some challenges. And it's one thing to be an up and coming team or a team that people are looking at and be like, you know what, in 2 years, they're going to be right. Versus LeBron's with you and they like, oh, we need to give them the business tonight. And that's what happens. That's exactly what happens. You get a different game from people when LeBron is on your team. So Kyrie said, let them young boys in Philly have their team. I mean, you know how LeBron do, man. He take over, Grego said the Lakers need LeBron to get Staples Center back to what it once was. Well, Grego, I would say on something like that, it definitely would. But to me, it would just be a rental. They need to have a staple. They don't need to be talking every year if LeBron's going to leave or, has LeBron, game decrease. Again, like I said, he's 32, 33. He has to be on the back nine of his career. He's been a monster. He's been a machine. Don't get me wrong, but it's sooner than later, for that. So, Mac Farrell said, let the East rebuild with younger talent. So we're going to leave that right there where it is. I'm not feeling the LeBron to the Rockets thing, so I don't think it's going to happen. And I'm not going to book it. Nah, I'm not going to book it, but I just know it's not going to happen. No. He may talk about it or entertain them talking to him, but I don't think he would do it, But what has been done, since we've been talking about doing it, well, LL, ladies and gentlemen, the balls are back in the news. Yes, those balls, not those balls, but yeah, the balls are back in the news. So we talked about, LiAngelo got pulled. And his father said, come on up out of there. We done with UCLA. And LaMelo got pulled from high school. You know what? We gone. We done from them, And now, which we thought LaMelo was going to still go to UCLA, LeVar has said, skip that. They're going pro. And they both, LiAngelo and LaMelo, has signed